Hey guys, back here in and girls too. Um, got Jim back here with a video. Got a couple of my little 144th Bandai Star Wars kits. This is the combo kit that comes with the Y-wing and the X-wing, the 144th scale, and these are a couple of them that I'll be using in that uh, Battlestar trench diorama that I'm going to be working on soon here. So just thought I'd show you. I did most of the painting. I didn't use many of the stickers at all, so we'll go through a little bit about that. But it wasn't even necessary with my little fine brushes that I use. It wasn't really necessary to do any masking. I painted the window, cockpit, roof, and window things separately. And first I sprayed them with a flat black, and then I used appropriate colors that really closely matched the color of the decals, and did the canopy painting on them. So I think it turned out pretty cool. Actually, the Y-wing, and you can see back there on the engine, there was stickers for those too with the yellow. The blue that I used was actually the same thing I used on my the Star Trek, the Oberth class ship. I'm forgetting the name of it, but anyway, it was a close match to the same blue. It's kind of like a little bit of a grayish blue. It's called FS blue. That's all I can tell you. So it's a Model Master paint color. But anyway, it was like dead on for the stickers that came with the kit. So the yellow, I used Model Master's Insignia yellow, and that's about the only two paint colors I really needed. So I did paint the inside of the exhaust ports with flat red, just plain old flat red testers. But this is the little the Y-wing kit, so we'll go through that, and you can see they are tiny, but they pack just as much detail as the bigger 72nd scale one. Like I said, I painted the yellow by hand, both top and bottom. I wasn't going to use the stickers or nothing, and actually you could see the panel lines on it pretty easily, and with a small enough brush. And what I usually do after I shake the bottle, I just use what's in the bottle, the cap, and just dip the edge of the paintbrush in it, so that way you don't have a big gob of paint that's going to run on you and get where you don't want it. So I think it came out pretty good. At the little stripe down the side, that was a sticker, the same color as the canopy, and over there on the engines. I did mask that off, just a real fine stripe on there, and paint that in too, and kind of gave it a little bit of a chipping look on it, like it's partly worn and stuff. And that the engine, I did that, and I freehanded the yellow, which was part of the sticker too. I just freehanded that with a real skinny brush, and you got to have a steady hand, and like I said, don't gob the paint on it on the brush. Just dip it in the cap and get a little bit on there, and you might have to keep dipping it several times to get one section done, but it seems to work out good. I gave it a medium gray wash, real lightly, and that to bring out all the detail, so it is dirty up a bit, but not major. And for the little piping up on top, and some on the bottom, and I think I might have done a couple spots in the back, a little detail. I did take, I used a Sharpie. You get a set at Walmart or probably pretty much anywhere, Staples, any craft or hobby store. Basically, it's a gold, a silver, and a brass color. So I did those with not really brass. It's I'm sorry, it's copper color. So those were real easy to pick out just with the tip and highlight them. It gives it a little bit more realism and stuff. So I'm pretty happy the way this turned out. The detail on here is impeccable. I mean, all the little nooks and crannies. I mean, you can get the 72nd scale kit, which is probably 3 or 4 times the size of this, and it's got all the same detail. The back of the exhausts, I just used a little bit of chalk on there to weather them up, look like they had some use and stuff, kind of any type of spacecraft and stuff. And that's pretty much it. The kit, everything is glued. These little back pieces back there, whatever those are, with the fins inside of them and stuff, you do have to glue those on, even if you're snapping the rest of the kit together, because they just don't stay. Those little arms that hold them on there, they do snap into there, but they are so thin and flimsy that those little end pieces just want to keep falling off. So I ended up gluing the kit totally anyway. It doesn't hurt nothing. It's going to be permanent. It's not something you're going to take apart and play around with and put back together and stuff. So, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's a nice little kit. That trench diameter is going to look cool. I'm going to have a couple of these in there. I'm going to have a few of the X-Wings. And then I'm also going to have the TIE Advanced in there and 2 regular TIE Fighters from the same time period, just like you saw in the movie, the chase scene in the trench and everything. So I think that's going to look pretty sharp and all that. And then we'll get over to the X-Wing. Once I get the trench finished up, I'll be using the post part of the bases because you won't be able to see them that much. And but I won't be using the regular bases or nothing. I just got them on here for show and tell now. Now my X-Wing, I did a lot of paint work in here. It's dirtied up pretty good in that. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Again, I used just plain old flat red. I tried to match up those. Those are the stickers, and that area is pretty much flat. There's really not no detail there, no panel lines. On the side toward the bottom, there are a couple little raised areas, and these stickers did conform to them. They're not much thicker than the decal. And if you press firmly enough on them and take the tip of your X-Acto and just maybe pop, it's like an air bubble. If you pop it, you'll get them to conform to any raised detail. They are a little bit bigger compared to the ones that would have went on the side. So I did use those stickers on there, both top and both bottom. Everything else you see there, the grays, the 2 shades of grays there. The engine nozzles, I used a forgot what color. It's not a steel color. It's a little bit darker. It's not gunmetal. It's it's like a graphite colored, pretty much almost like the color of the tip of a lead pencil, a metallic in it. The canopy, I used a little bit darker blue. It's another shade of gray blue that I use. It's a Model Master color. It really matched the decal pretty well, or the sticker that came with it. Now for the yellow, I used the Insignia Yellow Model Master, and for the red, I just used a plain old bottle of flat red testers. Came up pretty good. I didn't mask any of those areas. You can see the panel lines, and like I said, if you use a fine enough brush and don't got a whole drop of paint on the end of it, just dip it in your bottle cap and just enough to cover the edge bristles. You can paint this without messing up and getting out of the little lines where the stickers would have positioned and stuff. So it wasn't fair. It wasn't that difficult. You just take your time, have a little bit of patience, and it'll turn out pretty nice. But there's a lot of detail in those areas, and that's like I wanted to paint it so I get a nice wash on there and get it all dirtied up and weathered and have it look pretty cool rather than the stickers, which they were a little bit. Like I said, there was a little bit more detail than when the ones on the wings. So I'm happy with the way that turned out. You're going to take it and flip it over for you. And bottom, you can see I used a medium gray wash on there. And it filled in the panel lines. I had to go over it a couple times to really make it pronounced stuff. But, I went over it once, wiped off the excess. I went over it another time. I did dirty it up a little bit more with some chalks. Pretty much that's about it. I did use some copper to detail some stuff down there, a little bit at the top too. Those stripes, those are the stickers from the kit too. They went on very easy. They wrapped around those little gun or them little rods pretty easy. The only thing is the end wanted to be popping up and stuff, and I figured it would peel off. So what I did, I took my Plastruct cement. I prefer that over to me. It gives me a better bond, especially when working with the Plastruct or Evergreen Styrene. To me, it doesn't seem to bond it as strong as the Plastruct. So what I did, I just brushed a little bit where the seam overlapped and all that on both sides. And it softened it up enough to where it almost melted it together, almost as if you were using a thin sheet of styrene. So those are on there pretty nice and permanent and everything, and it's not trying to pop up anymore. But there's no way I was going to mask off that little spiral on there and paint that or anything, so I did use the stickers for those. And like I said, the stickers for the red on the wings themselves. But for the rest of it, that's all painted the yellow there on the one engine. I don't understand, like I said, I'm not into Star Wars as much as Star Trek, but I wanted to try out a couple of these kits just because I hear about the detail being so great, and then when I saw the diorama that you could buy, I decided to do some more Star Wars stuff, and I am doing the Millennium 144th from The Force Awakens. I got the photo etch for that, and I'm going to do a little diorama with that, with two of the special Force TIE fighters, and probably maybe an X-wing in there too. So, but this is the X-wing. The wings do work and all that. It's a pretty cool little model. I like it, and in fact, with those diorama for the trenches, the trench attack deal, the Death Star attack set, you get an X-wing with each one. So I got a couple of those sets, so I'll have a couple of X-wings. Those do come with stickers too, not decals, but they do have different markings. Like I think it's like red number 2, red number 3 or 4, or is it 3, 4, or 5? So you could do different variations of the markings on the X-wing with those sets. So I'll have a couple that look a little different. I'll throw in this Y-wing along with I picked up another one of these sets with the 2 kind. I'll throw another Y-wing there, and like I said, I'll have the TIE Advanced and do the regular TIE fighters from that period, and it'll make for a nice little diorama. I'm going to try to do a little bit of fiber optics on it, but these are pretty cool kits, and for as small they're just as detailed as the bigger kits. They might not have a clear canopy or nothing like that, but for the size of these kits, it's really surprised. I did paint the back of the inside of the engine nozzles with the testers flat too, and then I just weathered over a little bit to darken it up. But it's a cool little kit, and they go together in a snap. It took me probably about maybe 2 hours to paint up the Y-wing and that. And yes, I spent a little bit more time in the X-wing, as it was a little bit smaller paint areas and stuff. But I'm happy I went with painting it rather than the stickers. I checked around a few places possibly making some sets of decals, but I said I'll try. I'll give it a try, and if I mess it up, I got more. So it came out pretty good on the first crack, so I'm happy with it. Like I said, I did weather it up pretty good and all that, and so that's that. Now, like I told you guys, I don't normally do Star Wars, so eventually I will be getting back to Star Trek, but I noticed a lot of people popping up since I start doing some Star Wars models. I mean, I have fun building models. As far as the Star Wars movies, I never really got into them when they came back out with the original Star Wars, and then the Empire Strikes Back in the late 70s, early 80s. I did see those in the theaters, but I never kept up with the Star Wars franchise with all the different movies and prequels or whatever you want to call them. But I am now getting back to working on my 1000 Klingon Prey. I got my bottom nets all hand painted too, like I said, the same way I did these with a smaller brush, but just kind of almost dry brushing over the raised surfaces. You're really not going to gob the paint on and stuff. And I'm starting next on the top of the wings. I already got my steel color that I use for the position, the fin area, and I'll do that with pastel chalks to give it the rusted look and everything. A lot of rust and everything on there, some black soot. But I'm in the process of working on that. And I will have some more Star Wars stuff in the near future, because I got some stuff my way in the mail and stuff. But I thought I'd show you what I've been up to and show you these little kits and how they came out with the hand painting. So I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed building. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the nice comments you guys been leaving me. And it's gotten to the point almost some of these days I haven't been able to keep up with the comments and all that. So but these kits are fun. If you don't have room for the bigger ones, there's nothing wrong with these. They got just as much detail. So till the next time, you guys all take care. Have fun, happy modeling, and we'll see you soon. Bye.